Welcome back. This is your Cinci Guy, and there has been a lot of things that has happened since the last time we have met. Damar Hamlin, Cincinnati Bengals, and the Buffalo Bills. You know, it's no secret now. It's what happened on Monday Night Football a couple of weeks ago, last week. It was very poor. It was scary. Nothing I've ever seen personally. Nothing a lot of people have never seen. So we're gonna dive into that, and then we're gonna dive into the playoff time. So thank you for watching. This is your Cinci Guy. So, like I said, this video is going to be mainly about Damar Hamlin. I sent prayers to Damar Hamlin. What I witnessed on Monday Night Football was something I've never witnessed before. Something multiple people have never witnessed. There's really no words for it. And it's really scary to see a young guy. He's only 24 years old, and he's just go down like that. It was really stressful to watch. Sitting there not knowing the next update for the guy. They were performing CPR, and it's obviously a big deal, and it's a big deal for Damar Hamlin. In the couple of past days, yes, he has been released from the Cincinnati hospital, but that does not mean he's just home yet. He got sent home back to Buffalo, and now he's in the Buffalo hospital undergoing tests until further notice. We have not gotten updates on that just yet. But Damar Hamlin has been progressing great considering how this just happened literally a week ago. So it's a great thing to see Damar Hamlin going forward from that injury, because that is an injury you don't want to see. Cardiac arrest, you just don't want to see that. So still sending prayers to Damar. There's been recent questions if he was gonna be okay, and at first people were scared. Obviously a lot of people were scared. I was scared. But one thing I want to talk about is the NFL and how that affects everything around the rest of the league. Damar Hamlin, great guy, obviously, but that's obviously our number one, our main thing we're focused on. But the league decided to cancel that Bengals-Bills game just over a week ago, and the Cincinnati Bengals, and that affects the seeding, and obviously not the biggest of worries, but it affects the seeding and everything around us. The Bengals, the Bills, that affects the whole AFC, that affects the whole NFL, considering how this is now an 18-game schedule, not a 17-game schedule, which that's what the Bengals have. So, and Bengals and Bills have. So, that affects it. We're obviously come playoffs this weekend. Bengals face the Ravens. Great matchup. It's also going to be a very good matchup. The Bills play the Dolphins. So this going into Monday Night Football, we had a chance to take the second seed and potentially clinch it the next week. But obviously that tragedy happened. But then the Bills had a chance to clinch the number one seed. So, but the tragedy happened. So who knows what would have happened? Who knows? And then Roger Goodell. I'm not putting any blame to him. I'm not shouting him out. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just saying they should have gave. I feel like a lot of people feel this way, especially Bengals fans. I feel like the Bills and the Chiefs got the best way out of it, and the best. What do I say? The best thing. Obviously, Damar Hamlin's not. Obviously, that's a terrible thing. It's not very good, but also the Bengals had a chance to have the first seed in the if the Chiefs lost the next week. Just a devastating thing you never want to see again. So obviously, like I said, Bengals play the Ravens this week again in a wild card matchup. And the Bengals played the Ravens on on Sunday yesterday, or a couple of days ago, and it's going to be determined on whether Lamar Jackson is going to play or not. He's been out since, I believe it's week 13, and it was a big deal because originally it was just supposed to be 1 to 3 weeks, but now He's the wild card weekend, and it's been over a month. So people are saying Lamar's not gonna get the contract he wants because of what's happened with him, and he hasn't played that much in the past 2 years. And I know it's crazy, but and it's all like I said, it's all just gonna come down to whether or not Lamar is gonna play or not. Um, yeah. So on the Bengals side of things, Joe Burrow is gonna finish top three, I believe, in MVP voting. Joe Burrow's had an outstanding season. He recently broke on Sunday. My bad. On Sunday, he broke his own passing touchdowns record, franchise record, and he is in the first time in Bengals history that the team has won back-to-back divisional crowns, the AFC North champs. And we're looking for the first time in Bengals history that we have won back-to-back playoff games, like back-to-back years. But that's never been done in NFL. In Bengals history, I don't know why I keep saying NFL, that's on me. But Bengals history, and that's what scares me, because knowing the Bengals and the Bengals history, we go into the playoffs high anticipated, and then we go down and just absolutely blow it all. We sink the ship. And, it's really scary. I hope if we play like we did on Sunday, no, we're not going to win. It was a terrible show. I don't know, it's only week 18, and, we obviously want to save our players from the playoffs, but it's really nerve-wracking because, and T. Higgins said himself that they didn't draw up that many plays, and I understand why. It's week 18, you're in the playoffs either way. Even if you lose, you're still in the playoffs, It was basically a preseason game except with the starters. So it wasn't even John Harbaugh, the Ravens coach, said that you could tell the aggressiveness wasn't as high, and they're excited. We're excited for the wild card game, and which is on Sunday Night Football, by the way. We're excited for the Sunday game, and it's gonna be an anticipated matchup. So yeah. Next, and probably my final thing. If the Bengals and Bills end up winning this Sunday, they will match up once again in Buffalo this time. In the divisional round, and it's a matchup. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself because it's obviously the playoffs, and in a blink of an eye, your team could be off the bracket. But if it does happen, it's going to be a very emotional game for both sides, mainly Buffalo Bills side, because this is the team that one of their best guys, their youngest players, went down. And, it's something that you never want to see, like I've said, and something that multiple people have sent out prayers for Damar. And, I think the prayers were answered, and, he's doing good now. He's doing really great. Damar Hamlin, still in critical condition, but good enough that he's been posting on his Instagram, posting on his Twitter, he's been taking pictures, So that's really a great thing, to see him better than what he was on Monday Night Football is best thing ever. So with that being said, Bengals Ravens, my final score prediction for this wild card game is going to be the Bengals winning 29. I'm going to go 29-20. The main reason, if with Lamar, if the Ravens have Lamar. If the Ravens don't have Lamar, I'm going to go 31-13. No, 31-20. 31-20. So I have the Ravens scoring 20 either way, just the highest score for the Cincinnati Bengals if Lamar doesn't play. But either way, I think we could win this game. And, going into the playoffs, we have a chip on our shoulder saying, hey, we lost the Super Bowl last year, right? And, we have a chip on our shoulder saying, we're going to go get that. We're going to go get it. We're going to go get it. It's the revenge tour. This is what it's all about. This is what we've been looking for. And, these are the three teams, the Chiefs, Bills, and Bengals. Those are the three teams that are going to one of the two are going to be played in the national championship game, in the AFC championship game. And by the way, if the Bills and Chiefs play in the AFC Championship game, it will be played in a neutral site. I'm pretty sure it's basically played in a neutral site if anybody's playing against the Chiefs besides Bengals or Bills. No, if anybody besides the Bengals or Bills play against the Chiefs, it'll be at home. But if it's the Bengals and Bills, if it's the Bengals and Bills versus the Chiefs, in the AFC Championship game. It'll be played in a neutral site. And people are saying Pittsburgh's a great idea. People are saying Indianapolis is a great idea. Me personally, I'd like to play indoors. Just so you know, if one of the teams does end up winning, they have a outer view interview of what Super Bowl is gonna feel like. And yeah, that's all I got for you today. So like I said, final score prediction: Bengals 31, Ravens 20. This is your Cinci Guy. Thanks for tuning in. Sending out prayers for Damar Hamlin.